Hey, I got an important question for you, and that is, what level do you think you're operating at in your business right now? I mean, given the resources that you have, the time, the money, where are you at? Like, if 100% is you're operating as efficiently, as optimized and maximized that you could possibly be, that'll be 100%. Let's be honest, you're not at 100%. I'm not at my 100%. So what do you think it is? I want to give you a way to think about this that might just open the eyes, your eyes. And that is to think about, there's a component that I would call the what level in your business, which is what you're doing. And that is, or should be, driven by your strategy. So your strategy meaning, okay, well, how well positioned are you? What level of business models are you applying? How well is that working for you? How strong is your proposition? So let's call that the what stuff. So the first question for you is like, how well optimized and maximized are you when it comes to the what? Is there potential for a better strategy, a better business model, a sharper positioning, a sharper proposition? Or I guess the question is, how much more could that be? So let's say, I remember in my business, my brother used to say when I was running my agency, my brand consultancy, that, hey, this is just not a scalable model. It's not a very good model. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it was kind of fun, cool to run that business. But he was right. And I did that for too long before I pivoted and started to leverage my knowledge in a different way through a different business model. But anyway, so my point is, the what has a huge effect on the results you're getting and how well you're operating and performing. So let's say for me, back in the day, I would say I operated maybe less than 50%, to be honest. I mean, I was working my ass off, had 20 employees, 25 million in revenues, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think I ever operated at more than 50% of my strategic capacity because my business model was not so great. But also, let's be honest, the proposition could have been sharper, the positioning could have been better, etc. So that brings me to the second part, the how. So we have a what in our business and we have a how. Of course, we have a why, but I won't get into that. The what and the how. The how is the level through which to which you operate, the efficiency, the performance levels that you operate with. So that's like, let's say you have a strategy, and now the question is, for example, when it comes to marketing and sales, how well are you optimizing and maximizing the results? So are you doing, the right things at the how level? Are you doing those things really well or not? And so I would say for most people, we're not at 50%. We could be lower. But I'm just going to give you this one example just to prove a point. If you are running your how at 50% of your true potential, and the how is tied to the what, which you are operating at 50%, 0.5 times 0.5 means you're operating at 25% of your true capacity. Now that's just to prove a point. Whether that works exactly like that and what impacts what, like I won't even try to get into that. But it does make sense, doesn't it? Like if you are operating 100% at a 20% strategy, the what level, you're never gonna, maximize and optimize the results you could be getting. And so why am I talking about this in the first place? Well, because if you, like I, are working your ass off, trying to make things work, and they kind of never really do, that might be because either your strategy, including your positioning, your proposition, business model are off, and the how, you're not optimized to do the right things at the how level, the execution level. And so we work with clients with these two levels. So for example, if we work with a client, we first want to really understand where they're at. We assess their business, how it's going, why they're getting certain results, how they're getting certain results. And then we create a strategy for them, a tailor-made strategy and a plan, a very detailed blueprint and then we help them with the execution, the how, so that they can increase in both these percentages. I would never go and say that, hey, if you work with me, you're going to have 100% on the what and 100% on the how. But I will say you will have significantly more if you do that, because we're able to measure and adjust as we go, and it's a collaboration. So if you're interested in that, I'd really, really urge you to book a call with me or my team members so we can assess how you can get more out of your business, operate at higher levels. The reason I'm speaking to this with such passion is because I, perhaps like you, have been an entrepreneur for a long time. I think that's the ice cream truck. I'm sure my kids are going to run out of the street now. I've been operating as an entrepreneur for so long, and I've had my years of struggle. I know the pain that that can bring, and I'm really here because I want to eradicate that pain. I want to get people out of pain and into the pleasure of doing entrepreneurship as it's supposed to be done, to operate with confidence, with from a place of creation, from a place of being able to create something in this world that matters, and to have fun doing it. And unfortunately, 95% of entrepreneurs, they never reach their goals. 80% never make any money. And more than half of that 8%, they end up losing money as entrepreneurs. Now, something is wrong. And part of the reason is that people lack simplicity. And another part of the reason is that people lack discipline to do the things they need to do, the simple few things that they need to get right, to measure them, to implement systems in their businesses, and to just keep doing those few things right, the what and the how. And so the way to get those things right is to take an approach or apply an approach, or I believe, that comes from professional sports. If you think about professional athletes, how are they able to get these amazing results together with their coaches? Well, they do that by applying the right strategies with the right execution plan, and always measuring and improving and setting higher standards. And they have an accountability partner, or many. They have a coach. They have somebody who watches them, who watches their every move. They keep a journal. All these things are things that we need to apply to our businesses as entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurship, in essence, is just like professional sports. And so I designed Growth Lab, the signature program for helping you build a business that works, to help you implement systems, to help you build a profit-making machine based on these principles, based on the principle of simplicity, of doing more with less, but also based on the principle of professional sports. So if you're interested in that, make sure you comment below or reach out, and we'll have a chat, and we'll do a free assessment for you. It's no commitment from your part, besides that we'll give you an idea of how you can significantly maximize and optimize your current performance, or I should say that in a different way. You can significantly improve the levels at which you're performing in your business, which means more money, better profitability, more time, more freedom, the entrepreneurial dream. Get out of pain, get out of suffering, get out of struggling because you're operating at too low levels. Hope that makes sense. Good to talk to you. Like, share, all those things. Make sure that you reach out if this was interesting to you. Thank you.